Good afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flights in 2024. So today we are back at Edinburgh Airport and we're doing a short flight over to Bergen. So approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes flight time over to Bergen. First time we've ever flown there, and it's using the freeware Bergen scenery from Flight Simulator. So you can see we're getting passengers on board now. We are connected to the VATSIM network and we do have Tower currently online, so we're just about to jump in tune. Everything's all set up, ready to go. So we're at a slight issue between the two. Is initially had us on a Grice 3 Delta departure, and it's now a 4 Delta departure, but we'll see how we go. So let's get the tower frequency tuned, and we will just bring you through the flight plan, then we'll get our clearance. Got 210 passengers, so we've got a full flight today.
Bravo on glide for 06. Braveheart 16 Alpha Bravo, Edinburgh Tower, hello. Sorry about the mix-up with the ATIS there. Continue approach 060, surface winds 110 degrees 7 knots.
We'll continue that approach for 06 and not a problem for the ATIS either. We see the change, we changed, and then you messaged and I was like, great.
My bad.
No problem at all.
So it sounds like there's an issue with the ATIS, that's why runway 06 is in use. So this has got runway 24 on here. We'll see how we go. So as you can see, we're in the A321 CFM variant, cost index at 12, flight level 350. We've got just short of 7 tons of fuel today, and we are above our maximum landing weight if we need to make an immediate return. So we are doing the Grice 4 Delta SID from runway 06, and we're expecting runway 17 over in Bergen.
Right now, 90 Romeo uniform, give way to the light aircraft right to left on Alpha.
Well, they're currently in Edinburgh, so we have got wind 100 at 6 knots, good visibility, fuel clouds at 4,700, temperature of 8 degrees, QNH 996.
16 Alpha Bravo, 06, clear to land.
So, without further ado, let's get everything sorted. So, still got passengers on, and we'll go from there. Hey, what the hell are we doing? So then, let's. So it's actually going to make me recalculate the V speed, so we'll do it in a second. Edinburgh Tower, good afternoon. Channel 97 Juliet's with you on stand 11. Airbus A321 information. Bravo, requesting IFR to Bergen.
Channel 97 Juliet, Edinburgh Tower, hello. Clearance is to Bergen Grice 4 Delta departure, squawk 0240. Information Bravo, QNH 996 hectopascals.
Good to Bergen, Grice 4 Delta departure, squawking 0240, QNH 996, Channel 97 Juliet.
Channel 97 Juliet, read back correct.
02.
Golf Delta Yankee, report ready for departure.
Golf Delta Yankee is fully ready.
Sorry, is that you will be fully ready on arrival at Bravo 1?
What's doing this weird thing with the...
Yep.
Thank you.
There we go. Right. So I think fuel's all on board, so let's get to see if there's a Norwegian next to us. Look. Seatbelts on.
Yes, you're in the right place. That fits.
Last station calling, carry wave only, check your input for me please.
So we'll just quickly run this again. 306. So V1139145 and flex of 51. So now it's pretty much just a case of getting ready to go. Wait for the rest of these passengers to board. I think bags are just going on as we speak at the moment.
Sumo 230 still just carry wave only there. Break. Golf Bravo Romeo Delta Yankee via Bravo 1 line of runway 06.
Hi Bravo 1, line up with runway 06, Delta Yankee. Correction, Golf Bravo Romeo Delta Yankee.
Braveheart 16 Alpha Bravo, you're very welcome to Edinburgh taxi stand. It'll be 1 Bravo via Alpha and Echo.
Busy airport here today.
1 Bravo via Alpha and Echo for Braveheart 16 Alpha, thank you.
It's just a case of waiting for the rest of these passengers, really, once they're all on board.
Golf Bravo Romeo Delta Yankee, after departure, runway 06, right hand turn out, the surface winds 110 degrees 7 knots, clear takeoff.
At departure, right hand turn at runway 06, K takeoff. Golf Bravo Romeo Delta Yankee.
2 more rows. Please step inside. That works perfectly. Just down
Zulu
the
230, your volume's a little bit low, but you are just about readable.
Welcome aboard. Enjoy seat A, window side.
Much better.
Almost.
Zulu 230, clearances to Walter Grove, Gotham 1 Delta departure, squawk 0430. QNH 996,
Hey, what the hell are we doing?
Zulu 230, read back correct. Break, Ryanair 92 Romeo uniform, fire Alpha 1, line of runway 06.
Line up runway 06, Alpha 1 there.
That row is
So wait till we get about 200 passengers and then we'll get the... oh, to be fair, let's get the AP started.
Golf Delta Yankee, report overhead Westminster.
Port overhead Westminster. Golf Bravo Romeo Delta Yankee.
So initial climb is still 6,000 feet even on the change of departure, I believe. Last couple of passengers to board.
Introducing the rest of the team. We're just about ready for the offshore mission back in just a short taxi out to the southwest of the runway here at the as you can, and we shall be underway shortly.
Chemical boarding completed.
So boarding is complete. Just waiting for the AP to start.
Ryanair 92 Romeo uniform, traffic is a Cessna 172, leaving the zone to the south should affect runway
AP available.
06, the surface winds 110 degrees 7 knots.
Cockpit
for
prep
takeoff.
givens and covers removed. Fuel quantity is 6,780 kilograms and that is balanced. Seatbelts on, adhere set to nav. I'll just quickly verify that down here. 3 in nav. Fire F996. So before start, back brake sets. Takeoff, speeds and thrusts. 139, 145, 149, flex 51. Windows closed and beacon can come on. Edinburgh Tower, Jet 9 subject, ready for pushback stand 1-1.
Jet 97 Juliet, stand 1-1, push and start approved, face west.
Push start review facing west.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So it's pretty much going to be a straight push, really. I don't know how it tends to deal with this area, but... So we're just waiting for... yes, this is a free flight, but also on Bradford.
9737, Edinburgh Tower, hello, readability.
Bypass pin inserted.
Ryanair 92 Romeo uniform, nothing further, monitor advisory 122 decimal 8, bye-bye.
Advisory on 122 decimal 8, Ryanair 92 Romeo function.
Looking gear.
Oh, we've got another version of
Edinburgh
GSX.
Tower,
And you
Alpha
updated that
Sierra,
yesterday.
Golf, yeah.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Edinburgh Tower, hello. Actually.
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra, the Cessna 172 at the GA apron. Information Bravo, QNH 906. Request start up for second.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes release, clear
Alpha
to push.
Sierra X-Ray Golf
Commencing push.
Sierra,
Engine
roger.
Start at will.
Cleared.
Start sequence 1 then 2
visual
starting at 1.
circuits, runway 06. Knob of altitude 1,100 feet PSR. Squawk 7010.
Galley, correct on the right.
Clear Cessna visual circuit,
Hi.
runway 06.
Under the seats, fine.
Altitude 1,100. And walk 7010.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Yes,
for
that's the
flying with
one.
Jet2.
Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Cheers to the follow, Jack.
We're nearly ready to take off, but before we go, you'll need to
Afternoon, Lee. How we doing, mate?
mobile phone, tablet, although electric devices are in flight mode and fully switched off, they can put in your
Straight
hand.
ahead.
This is because you are not full out. You can use your devices again as long as they stay in flight mode, as long as you can send messages, make calls, and access the internet while still on board. If your device becomes damaged or hot, just as smoke, is lost or falls into the sea or the aircraft, you need to tell it immediately.
I don't know why it's pushing me in this direction.
Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted on board today.
Edinburgh Tower, Channel 970. For some reason, GSX has pushed us back, facing the opposite
Now make sure
direction.
that any hand luggage is taken away.
Channel 970 Juliet, not a problem.
And ladies and gentlemen,
It definitely said facing west.
About our family on board together policy, we've created it to
Before I
protect you
leave the
and our
mic,
family
readability
from any unfortunate antisocial behaviour. That way we can make sure
Engine 2 start.
As a part of this, please remember that you can only drink alcohol that is served by our cabin crew. If you have brought alcohol in the terminal, you cannot drink this on board. We want all our customers
Lufthansa 9 Kilo Foxtrot. I haven't got a valid flight plan for you, or your call sign's wrong, because you're showing as an arrival. Just double check your flight plan and your call sign.
Please set parking brakes.
Brakes set, but you pushed us the wrong direction. Oh, nice one, Jack. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Lee. Very nice, mate.
230, stand 7, push and start approved, face west, just caution the Jet2 A321 on your left.
Yes, I'm a bit dodgy with the rudders at the minute. Engine 2 is available.
We have changed our call sign to Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot. We will disconnect and reconnect.
Roger.
After start, anti-ice not required. Ecam status checked. Pitch trim, hopefully, is going to be 0.7 up.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Water trim is neutral. Flight controls full up.
Left is clear.
Full down.
Right is clear.
Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot, confirm you do have the pipeline.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot, thank you. Yep, got that now, thank you. Just report your aircraft
Where's the
license
pin?
and number.
I could start best 321 is stand 3.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot, thank you. Clearance Frankfurt, Tower 6 Delta departure, squawk 4466. Information Bravo, QNH 906, Hector.
Information Bravo, current 70 minutes down 6 hectopascal is cleared to Frankfurt to Tower 6 Delta departure, runway 06, squawking 4466, Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot.
Lufthansa 4 Kilo Foxtrot, correct.
Jack's 97 Juliet, ready for taxis.
Channel 97 Juliet, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 06 via Foxtrot 1 and Alpha.
Alpha 1 via Foxtrot 1 and Alpha, Channel 97 Juliet. Apologies about the push.
No trouble.
Golf Bravo Radio Delta Yankee is overhead west of
Golf Delta Yankee, thank you. Leaving controlled airspace, continue squawking conspicuity, frequency change approved. Good day.
Brake check. Versus
Continuity frequency change approved. Golf Bravo Radio Delta Yankee, good day.
yes, Lee, really enjoying the rudders, to be fair. So left side's clear. But yeah, no, really liking it, Lee, mate. Thanks for saying. Certainly different, I'll give you that. Certainly different. I'm a bit rusty with them though still, to be quite honest.
Alpha Golf Sierra.
It does feel quite nice though. I don't know if I've quite got the brake settings right, but they don't feel too bad. It's just I find these pedals are obviously a lot wider than the previous ones I had, so it's getting a bit of adjustment. And the fact that they're already quite upright
Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra,
makes it
thank
quite
you.
interesting.
Taxi Mike 1 for now via Mike, please. Mike 1 via Mike, Alpha Golf Sierra.
And we probably want some taxi lights. Would probably help.
Edinburgh, good day, Blighty 201, stand 8, and if
So, taxi check with flap jaws, check flap setting, config, 1+F.
Requesting if I could
Radar, predicted wind shear system on an auto, engine mode selected null,
Edinburgh Tower, hello, don't have a silent
and
flight
eco memo
plan,
take off
please,
no
double
blue.
check and refund.
no problem, we'll research now, sorry about that, thank you.
Are you in live one, maybe?
Flight 203, thank you, I've got your flight plan now, if you're ready to copy.
If I'm ready to copy, Blighty 203.
Thank you, and sorry, just confirm your stand number.
We are at stand 8, Blighty 203.
Flight 203, thank you, clearances to Schiphol, Tower 6 Delta departure. Squawk is just generating, stand by. 0244, information info, QNH 996, thank you, last call.
Cleared to Amsterdam Schiphol 5 at the Tower 6 Delta departure, scope 0244, QNH 996, hectopascals, Blighty 203.
Read back correct.
Bit strange. Is it because you're on multiplier maybe? Oh, nice one. I love flying into Edinburgh, to be fair, mate. Such a lovely place to fly.
We could take us into for the punch.
Hi, Dirk.
Cameron at door 1 left, cabin secure for takeoff.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Cabin secure. Track 1 and 2 off.
Sugar 230, taxi to holding point Alpha 1, runway 06 via Echo and Alpha.
Not sure, Jet2. So let's have a quick look on the approach path. There's one at 15 miles, so should get out before them. Obviously quite a heavy aircraft today though.
Edinburgh Tower, good afternoon. Jet2 Whiskey, mic check.
Etihad 24 Whiskey, Edinburgh Tower, hello, readability 5.
So I find just getting my feet up on the pedals initially can be a little bit interesting. It is nice and smooth braking though, so I'm applying brakes now.
Foxtrot, stand 3,
It's very steady.
First start of cruise, this kind of 4 kilo Foxtrot.
Alpha Golf Sierra, continue to holding point Bravo 1, runway 06 via Alpha.
Roger, Bravo 1, runway 06 via Alpha, Alpha Golf Sierra.
So we should get a line up
Channel
clearance.
97 Juliet via Alpha 1, runway 06, the surface winds 110 degrees 7 knots, cleared takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 06, channel 97. So takeoff runway, sorry, line of checklist. Takeoff runway confirm 06 via Alpha 1. Config 1+F, TCAS TARA packs 1 and 2 both off.
Etihad 24 Whiskey stands 2, 3, push and start approved, face north.
So we've altered the time of day a little bit, just so we hopefully get most of the daylight when we start flying further north. The approach path is clear. Cheers, buddy, thank you. So then thrust 50%.
Speed 230 behind the departing Jet2 A321 via Alpha 1, line of runway 06 to
Take off. Man, flex 51 SRS runway of thrust blue. Thrust set. $100 knots.
All stations, tower, be back in 1 minute.
V1. Rotate. Positive ridge climb. Drop. Nav.
X97 Juliet, there's nothing further. Monitor advisory 122.
Just climb. Advisory 122 decimal 8, thanks to the ATC. Channel X97 Juliet, bye. That's 1 and 2 both on.
Golf Sierra, report ready for departure.
We'll report ready, I'm discussing.
Hello traffic, Channel X97 Juliet goes, apologies, Grass before Delta departure, climbing 2,500. Probably getting on for a couple of grand, I would imagine, mate. If you include, I was quite lucky, those of you who haven't joined us before, Plot Zero, Speedcheck Plot Zero, I was quite fortunate in the fact that the flight seeker and the flight stamper, which are probably one of the most expensive items, and the screen mounts didn't cost me that much, mainly because I got them through eBay, and it was just a case of having to keep searching. So I got basically everything for the price of one thing, really. AP1. Yeah, with regards to like the overhead was about, I paid about 500 for it though, they're a bit more than that now. So with regards to the weather, I think the weather is looking okay today. A few patches of rain here and there on the way across.
Be careful when opening overhead.
Probably be a ATC on over the other way as well, so we'll see if it's still on when we get there.
Including the toilets.
Our cabin crew are currently preparing our famously friendly in-flight service. Take a look at our tasting menu. We've got a little bit of offer, so see what takes your fancy, and we'll be with you soon.
Channel Stars Juliet, direct Penrith, climbing flight level 350. Open, climb 350. So how have you been then, Lee? You've been well, mate? I'm trying to catch up with everything. Sometimes it decides to put the chat all in one, sometimes it doesn't. It just varies. There we go, we've got some nice cloud now. Something a bit different to see, eh? Just under pressure. So we'll have a bit more of an in-depth discussion about our arrival route into Bergen. Like I said, we've never flown to Bergen before. We've flown to Oslo a few times. Obviously Bergen's right out on the coast, mostly famous for all of its sort of port and cruise locations. I love flying out of Edinburgh, I really do. It always gives you a bit of a challenge, Edinburgh, I think. It's one of them sort of things. It can be very windy some days not so windy, it just varies. So 10,000 feet, landing lights off, strobe onto steady. Oh, nice one, Lee. So I did buy a printer, and I still have one, to be fair. I've got loads of the rolls for it. In fairness, I only paid like a tenner for it. But I can't seem to get it to work so much these days, so I'm intrigued to know which one you've got, because I did find it quite useful, to be fair. I saw someone post something on one of the forums yesterday about the TCAS panel. I thought, oh, they've launched the TCAS panel. Then realised that turns out they hadn't at all. So fairly nice sort of conditions for flying, really. Like I say, flight time's actually really good. So less than pretty much an hour from where we are now, and we'll be on the ground. So one thing we can do is we can request the latest ATIS for our destination, which is Edinburgh. Well, whether I want an ATIS Echo November Bravo Romeo. And we want an arrival. Receive messages, and we'll wait for it to pop up. I'll leave it. Oh, nice one. Does it work okay? What sort of size rolls is it? The 75. I think it's 75 mil rolls. I think is the one I've got. Right then. So this is so it's Flesland is the actual name of the airport. So. So information is Alpha ILS Whiskey approach is to be expected. Runway 35. Runway condition is 555. 100% wet. So we've got a wet runway. Transition level 8,500 feet. Clearance to start at contact approach. So, winds calm, cavalcade, temperature -1 degrees Celsius, which is pretty standard for there, really. QNH is 1010, no significant changes. And 250 at 3 knots for the wind. And there we go, so that's that all done and dusted. Cheers for the subscribe, whoever that is. Much appreciated. So what we can do is we can get a bit preemptive and we can pop the latest weather information into our approach page. QNH is 1010. I'll get to the that question in a second. Oh, it's 80 mil. Oh, maybe mine's 80 mil. I can't remember. I thought it was 75, but who knows? I can't remember. I've got loads of the things for it. It just doesn't seem to work anymore. I don't know why. But so the temperature is -1 degree. And our wind, we have 250 at 3 knots. 8085 for transition level. And the ILS 17 Whiskey approach. So we need to find out what the bar is for ILS Whiskey. Generally it's a Cat 2 or Cat 1 we tend to do. So 129 on the radio. And there we go. I'm pretty sure this airport has full auto land capability to be. Yeah, it does. So that is everything in the box there for us. One other thing we need to consider, but we'll go back to that in a minute. So, do I have any tips for beginners on Microsoft Flights in 2024? Because I'm getting better, but just glitches on PS5. So, I can't tell you so much about PS5, if I'm honest. I've only ever played Flight Sim on PC. And if I'm honest, I think if you want to go to this sort of level of realism, PC is definitely the way forward. I'd say it's more difficult on a console because it's all controller based. I would suggest starting with smaller aircraft, like little Cessnas and stuff, and just flying them, because that's where you get all your sort of like core skills from, I would say. I don't know if Lee agrees, he's been flying just as long, but I would say that's where you get a lot of your core skills from. Like I say, I've been flying Flight Sim for about 15, probably nearly 20 years, probably about 18 years I would imagine. So many a time. Yeah, I'll definitely have to have a look, really. Well, it won't be this month I'll be buying it, that's for sure. Split parts of which one of this month. I'm still waiting for my car to be fixed as well. So, looks like we've got quite interesting routing in actually. I think guys enjoy some views from it just while I just work out where we're going.
Any radio, Arm 101 is operating north of Lucas, east of our road, northeast of our road. Extending 10 to 1 to the next 15 any radio.
So then guys, let's take you through our approach briefing, because it's not been that long realistically, before we start completing that. I think we're just going to do one part of the journey. So obviously we did the repositioning flight yesterday to get the aircraft up from Gatwick up to Edinburgh. We'll probably fly across to Bergen, and then probably tomorrow night we'll probably do the return back in the night time. So you get to see a bit of both then, a bit of daylight and a bit of night time as well. So let's take you through the charts. Let's show you our routing. So we're just pretty much just going, we're going to go out via Aberdeen, I would imagine. There we go. So yeah, typically tend to fly to Aberdeen and then pretty much straight out from there, and then it's pretty much straight across the North Sea. And as you see, we come to the above Bergen, over a couple of the little islands. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with Norway in fairness, but and then we pretty much track down between the islands and down. However, it's not going to look quite like that, because when we look at the actual routing, so this is the routing we're going to apply, which looks crazy. So we are doing the Modney to November, which is this routing here. As you see from here, we can hold at this point if we're too high. it wants us ideally at flight level 90 or a minimum height of flight level 90. Then we pretty much proceed straight along this route here, down to here with a speed restriction of 220 knots and a height restriction there. Then we make a bit of an arc all the way around, staying at a similar sort of altitude really, unless ATC tell us differently. And then down here to Nepam, and then we need to be above flight level 40, and I'm guessing that's because of the terrain. Because as you can see here, this is the minimum safe altitude, is 5,600 feet. And then if we move on to the ILS chart, very similar sort of thing here. So from Nepam that we just discussed, we make a left turn and then pretty much straight onto the ILS. Initial ILS capture points, so it would be 3,000 feet at Bablu, and then at 7.1 DME, which is this point here, we want to be at 2,400, which is where we intercept the ILS, as you can see by the glide. We've got good visibility at the moment. There's no reports of poor visibility, so hopefully that won't be an issue. Obviously it's quite cold there, so we are going to be configuring with engine and wing anti-ice on. And we'll go from there. So that's pretty much our basic routing, for those of you that are not very good with the charts. So then, hey Ryan, I told you, have I told you I have a cabin in the garden and so. Oh, nice one, mate. That sounds really cool. You'll definitely have to send me a picture of that. No, you haven't told me that. You'll definitely have to do that. Yes, you do need the A320 base pack to get the 321, but you also get the A319 as well. Absolutely, Nima. I much prefer the. I don't know why we've not released the cabin yet. I'm pretty much the same, buddy. It is quite expensive, but having said that, so Phoenix released their aircraft probably. It wasn't that long. It was about a year after the release of 2024. About a year after the release of 2020. So if you think I've had this probably nearly 5 years now. I've had the Phoenix, and I can honestly say it's one of the best built add-on planes. I would say it's kind of a bit of a hit between FS Labs and Phoenix, if I'm honest. So if you break that cost down over the years, it's not that bad, and to be honest, you'll end up sticking with it. I always used to fly Boeing, so I always used to buy PMDG until I kind of forced myself a little bit to start trying the Airbus, and now I absolutely love flying the Airbus. It's so much more enjoyable, to be honest. But yeah, it's certainly something to consider. It's a considered purchase is what I'd say. But then when you consider hardware and stuff, it's cheaper than hardware that you'd buy. I guess everyone's different because everyone has different affordability on things. I've always used to have, only until recently, I used to fly on a desk. I used to have a throttle and a yoke or a joystick, and that was it. I didn't even have rudders to start with, and then I bought rudders and just bought a few other bits. I would say that, if I'm honest, it depends obviously what setup you've got already, but there's more important things to buy than just the overhead. The overhead is a really nice feature. I personally love it now because I never really need to look up there. Occasionally I do for certain things, but I very rarely need to look up there because all the main controls are there. So, and that's what I wanted, because obviously doing streams and stuff, it can be a little bit tricky. So if you've got a fly stick and a throttle, my next step would be to get some decent rudder pedals. You don't necessarily have to get the wing control ones. There's plenty of others on the market. I've had some Thrustmaster TP flights for years, to be quite honest with you. The FCU does make a big difference. I would say if you were going to make the decision between buying an overhead and buying the autopilot panel as a first off, I would say the autopilot panel is more important. You use that all the time, especially if you're going to fly on online networks like VATSIM. It's so much easier to change A little bit bumpy. So yeah, it depends on what your sort of affordability stuff's like. Lee, yeah, sure, definitely have to send me a picture. I shall have a look. So this is FS Realistic Plus we're running as well, Lee. Had you seen that they did an update the other day? It was like you paid like an extra £7 or something to get the update. And to be honest, it is pretty good. It's initially I didn't see much difference, but after playing with it a little bit, because the settings initially were crazy, it was throwing me about all over the shop. But and I do like the idea of when you turn it does tilt, though I have turned that off because it was annoying me. Yeah, I think it will be retired soon. I think you're very right there. I do think Jet2 are going to move across to Airbus. So I recently went on holiday, well, about 3 weeks ago went on holiday with Jet2, and we went in their Airbus A321 that was about 6 months old, something like that. So yeah, I think you think a lot. So when Jet2 first started, they didn't. So a lot of the planes they bought were a lot older. So most of them are probably from like early 2000s, going backwards. They went through a period of where they were renting aircraft as well. It's a little bit bumpy. And this is what I like. So you'll get the turbulence in here as well. Wow, I think I know the reason why they're going to Airbus. One, because they're European, I would say is probably a big thing. The Airbuses are very safe. The A320, the Boeing 737 MAX haven't had the best of times over the last few years, is it? In fairness. Yes, to an extent. Most of them are. The only thing that isn't included, so the talking's not included, that is part of FS Realistic. Though the PA announcements, they're all built in through Phoenix. The wobbling is what FS Realistic looks at. Oh, it's getting a bit bumpy. It's got a nice tailwind pushing us along. Let's just have a quick look at our progress to see if the Optimal is flying with 360 and our max is 370, so we can only either go down or up. So obviously we can't just go up 1,000 feet, we need to go up further than that. And you'd be pleased to know that Polaris South controls come online, so that means we'll get ATC a little bit earlier from Europe, so about 120 miles. Oh, do you? That's pretty cool. No, that's cool, mate. Like I said, I don't have anything against Boeing, really. Like, I've flown in plenty of Boeings. In fairness, I think one thing, certainly from a pilot's perspective, certainly from seeing the difference between the two, the space you get in the Airbus is a lot better in the cockpit. Then I'll go back to it. That's not the reason why I turned the seatbelt sign on. I don't know why it does this sometimes. I'm not sure why it does this, to be honest. Let me catch up with some of the top. Oh, apologies a bit. Yeah, well, I must have just missed you, buddy. You're also in a 321 as well. I was the one that taxied the wrong way, if you wanted to know. Sorry, not taxied the wrong way, pushed back the wrong way. Wasn't my mistake though, it was definitely GSX. It definitely said turn right. the nose facing right, and we'll put my nose facing left. So. Yeah, I don't have anything against either, to be fair. I would say the Airbus is easier to fly, if I'm honest, than the Boeing. I think there's more to go. There's a lot more manual processes in the Boeing, isn't there, than like, for example, with even from powering the aircraft up. There's a lot more switches and things that need pressing than the Airbus. Whereas the Airbus does a lot of things electronically, which I guess has its pluses and minuses, because things can go wrong a lot easier in that sense, I suppose. But it's pretty cool how I love how they're both got their pluses and minuses. I really do. Like, if I'm honest, I used to fly in flight sim a lot better in the Boeing than I ever did in the Airbus. Yeah, but the hydraulic systems are less noisy in the Boeings as well. They are a bit noisy. But yeah, I can certainly fly a Boeing a lot better than... Well, I probably can't anymore, but I used to be able to fly them a lot better and land them a lot better. Passengers are gone. Oh, I know why. It's because the door's not open. So this is one thing that's nice with GSX in a way, because it helps with your performance a lot. Yeah, a lot of airlines are switching. I don't know if they're more fuel efficient, the Airbus, over the Boeing, so I'm not sure. I personally, if I was a pilot, that's what I would want to fly, if I'm honest. I think I'd prefer flying the Airbus. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the Unibuild's products. Then that's the reason why I've not bought the A350 for FS 2024. A lot of people ask me that, if I'm going to buy the A350, and the answer is no. If it was made by Phoenix, then I probably would. But to be honest, I don't really fly long haul flights. I prefer just short hops. So much more enjoyable. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to the Neo coming out for the Phoenix as well. I'm really looking forward to the Neo. So yeah, if you've not bought it yet, mate, I would say hold off until the Neo comes out, because I think there'll be a bit of a deal to be had. Right, we're a bit bumpy still, aren't we? And the weird thing is, I'm pretty sure that I put the turbulence layer on it. I didn't have anything massive on it. But... So I've got to look at the layers for turbulence. There's a couple of little patches about, but nothing. Let's try and climb to 370. So it's altered the yes, they are. Yeah, it's not available yet, but they are certainly developing one. It was meant to come out at the end of last year. However, they had a few setbacks. So a lot of the updates for the latest versions of the Phoenix has been in development, ready for the Neo. I think probably in the next 2 or 3 months we'll probably see it. But I'm a little bit optimistic with it. Yeah, I would say if that's what you'd prefer, I would go with that, because I think it is going to be a separate line of aircraft. You won't need the base pack. It's this tailwind that's causing us a bit of trouble. It's only a little bit of light turbulence, nothing too exciting. It's just because of the constant changing in the winds, though, jumping up and down. That's what's causing the issue. See you later, mate. Take care. I'll have a look at Discord. 2 seconds. Let me open another tab. Oh wow, Lee. That's impressive, mate. Really, really impressive. Loving all the beer mats. Are they beer mats? Or are they patches? Either way, it looks really cool. Oh, even better, the drinks trolley. How did you get hold of that? Was it off eBay or somewhere? Because I have seen like a few where they've been off on eBay and things. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh, they're pump clips, are they? Ah, okay. Wow, that's really impressive, mate. Awesome stuff. Just need a flight simulator in there as well. And you can get pissed while you... I'd love something like that, to be fair. I really would. The Concorde model, where's that from? That's awesome size Concorde model. Decent, I like it. I like it a lot. So let's get the frequency tuned for Centre, so Polaris South, hopefully it's that one here. 121550. So in about 40 miles we'll be over to Polaris South. Always been a bit of an interest in what's called Polaris, so that's like Norwegian control or something. And then we'll be on to first line approach, and that's all that's online, I think. It shouldn't be too long in fairness. Delta man, we'll have to have a look. Yeah, to be fair, I've got a few little bits of bobs, but not anything to that extent. What have I got? Nothing exciting really. I've got an ejector seat on. What else have we got? And just an old altimeter and a couple of models. Nothing too drastic. I think eventually when, well, maybe if we move house, get one with a nice big, like my dream sort of thing to have would be to have like almost like a unit attached to the house, which would be pretty cool. Have a full like fledged sim in it and have that as a business, to be honest. We're leaving the seatbelt signs on for a minute. Poor people. One thing we can do is calculate our landing performance though, because we know the runway is wet. And I hate this whole... I'm going to put it as a medium. Because on departure you can put that it's wet. So our landing weight is estimated to be 74.3. So only just below our maximum landing weight to it. So we're going to want to operate medium. I'm hoping I don't disconnect the auto brake today, because that's what happened yesterday. Hey, Captain Phillips, how will it? Yeah, definitely have a check out on them. That's pretty awesome. You use it a lot? I bet you. Well, probably not this time of year. You don't use it that much. I'd imagine you use it more in the summer. Certainly a bit bouncy, that's for sure. So in a few minutes we should get our I actually saw this actual aircraft the other day. I saw a video of it. The same tail number. And I don't know if you noticed, but the 321 versus the 320 Neo is completely different as well. The doors are in different places than the Neo. So it's a bit weird. There's no sort of like front to door like there is on this, but there's two over wing. And then there's one on the rear quarter just behind the tail. So that's pretty much where it is. But there's two over wing ones as well, which is pretty cool. One 121,550. So we'll move to that frequency now. So we're going to descend back to our cruise level, which is 350.
Control, hello, access 204, flight level 370, Mach 0.7.
First Nordic GT, right heading 0, please.
030 Nordic, 9CT.
No, that's not worked very well. I dropped the old checklist, so we'll have to memorise it. I don't know how well the speedway. So
I said 204 for us. 612.
612, I said 204.
Large Chicago, Channel 97 Juliet, flight level 350.
Channel 97 Juliet, Horizon, you clear the move need to Papa, I will remain T5, where descend flight level 100.
Send flight level 100 and the Modney to November arrival, runway 17. So we'll just go open to well, we can just go manage this on Infernos.
Channel 97 Juliet, clear direct Rivi.
APM, Channel 97 Juliet.
Channel 97 Juliet, you cleared direct Rivi.
Direct to, sorry, could you spell that out for us?
It's Rivi, Romeo India, Victor, it's very long for me. Romeo India, Victor India, Papa, Rivi. It's for the national tournament E5.
Yeah, Roger, direct Rivet, Channel 97, descend flight level 100. Couldn't hear him very well, to be fair. Yeah, so I'm wondering if there's been a change of runway. And I'll just quickly double check that. So, runway 35.
Polaris, good evening.
That's why it's
Team Mike Charlie passing flight 110 inbound.
So, change of plan, we have got a completely different runway now. So, we need to just quickly check this out. Bear with me, guys. Just get back on the way of
Polaris,
things.
good evening. Leipzig Air Team Mike Charlie passing flight 120 inbound in.
Leipzig Air Team Mike Charlie, Polaris, low standby. Premium 780, contact for Bergen 136.555.
136.555.
That's what confused me, clearly.
Leipzig Air Team Mike Charlie, identified, climb flight level 130.
Climb flight level 130, Leipzig Air Team Mike Charlie.
And Leipzig Air Team Mike Charlie, I got a question for you. You have filed flight level 130 as final level. I assume that's supposed to be an initial level, no?
Our cruise level left to get to McTominay.
So 130 is your cruise level, just to be sure.
Just a little bit.
April, flight level 130.
Okay, no questions asked, but maintain 130 then.
Maintain, flight level 130 left to get to McTominay.
For information, you're now level 137.
So that's what confused me then. So the either I've looked at the wrong runway. I know it said 17 on the.
42105, thank you, Scandinavian 27 Alpha.
Because obviously the runway has changed since the last time I looked.
Polaris Control, Lufthansa 76 Bravo, flight level 340.
Lufthansa 76 Bravo Polaris, hello. You're cleared about up to Papa arrival, let me 35 minutes long.
But up to Papa arrival for Lufthansa 76 Bravo and again.
These were pretty much a straight in approach.
Lufthansa 76 Bravo, you're cleared about up to Papa arrival, let me 35 minutes long.
Cleared Papa up to Papa arrival, runway 35 Lufthansa 76 Bravo.
Running line 33, ja, det är 4000 feet. Jag vet inte helt, må fortsatt ha det i vector side.
Ja, jag tror det. Ja, jag klarar att komma mig ner på 4000 fot nu.
Running line 33, Roger, descend to 4000
Yeah, we go to
feet.
Bergen on Norway as well. Let's check it out.
090.
Looking at the ATIS and things is what gives us the hint of what runway. They probably won't ask me that question because I've got the wrong runway, so.
Scandinavian 46. Nordic C1 Foxtrot, contact Copenhagen Control on 136.555.
Yes, this is the Phoenix A320.
Scandinavian 4607, climb front for T8.
Climb by level 380, Scandinavian 464, climbing 4000.
Nordic T1 Foxtrot, are you able to climb to flight over 400 or descend to 360? Nordic T1 Foxtrot, Brian.
Nordic T1 Foxtrot, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, they're open that by are you able to climb flight over, or actually, just maintain CS0, turn left heading 190, call Copenhagen on 136.555.
Turn left heading
We have the RTX 4070.
Nordic 624, climbing
Hopefully soon to upgrade.
Nordic 624 Polaris.
And 64 gigabytes. So. If you want to check out, if you you're on TikTok, aren't you? If you check out YouTube, you can look on there, mate. So only 44 minutes into the flight and we're descending already. It's like this, and a nice short hop from Edinburgh. Not a bad little flight, really. I didn't anticipate it being this windy though, if I'm honest, but we'll see how we go. It goes like this sometimes, but this is what it is. Yeah, the turbulence is quite crazy.
Nordic 9TT, turn right now, heading 180.
180, Nordic, yeah, 90.
Nordic 9TT, you can continue the turn all the way right, direct.
So we probably need to have a quick look to see what the approach chart is as well now.
01 right, Nordic 9TT.
Nordic 624.
So 2,500 feet is the intercept point. And that means our minimums have also changed as well.
76 Bravo, when ready, descent flight level 100.
374
When ready, descent flight level 100, Lufthansa 76 Bravo.
That was well, how we doing, mate? Yeah, I hope the passengers are well. The seatbelt sign's on, so I'd like to hope they're all strapped in. As this is a little bit like what it was like going across to Tenerife the other week. Because of the way we flew pretty much all the way down to the bottom end of the UK. It was pretty much all overseas, to be fair. It wasn't like crazy, but it was a bit bumpy.
Shank 7 Juliet, contact approach 121.005.
Contact approach 121.005, Channel 9 Jet bye. I do like flying in Norway, the controller's always really happy as well. Approach Channel 9 7 Juliet, descending flight level 100, inbound Rivik.
Approach 97 Juliet, clear on approach, good evening. Descent to flight level 90, information Charlie.
790, information Charlie, Channel 9 7. Information Charlie, so let's have a quick look at the exact updated itself since we last looked. So the runway is 555, however it's 100% wet, transition level 8,500 for en route clearance. Temperature -1, few clouds at 3,700, QNH 1009, so nothing's changed there really. So we are flying a little bit off kilter here, but it's to be expected. So we're pretty much going to be straight onto the approach. It's the Java simulator over here, buddy. Have you done any main flights lately, Lee, or are you just doing other bits and bobs? We actually had not a bad landing last night, to be fair, Lee. I was quite fairly impressed. It wasn't the best we'd ever had. It was like 200, I think. No, I don't have partnership with Wingwing. But it's a bit outdated if it is, isn't it? Because it's now wind control. But we've spoken to them and they're happy for us to use their logo for a bit of advertisement. But there's no partnership or any financial gain from it. No, just been some more share fellas, mate. So I'm back to work tomorrow, unfortunately. I'll make the most of it today. Doing a bit of both, a bit of dissertation, a bit of flying. Make a bit more barrel. You say Wingwing's better, but you don't know what they've not brought an overhead out, so I don't understand how you can come to that conclusion. Because if I'm honest, maybe we decide to move to Wingwing. I don't know. It depends what product we have in line. Unless you know something I don't. I love having days off in the week, especially at the start of the week. It's always good. So it's not a million miles now until we. We're on the ground really, not much to see in front of us. A little bit of land I think I can see, but As far as everyone's not feeling sick with all this rocking though. It's just because of the, well, it's crosswind now, isn't it? It's not even much of a crosswind. What sides do we have? Wing. Pretty much every other product we have is wing, mate. I've just literally bought the new rudder pedals as well, so we're very wing equipped. And to be honest, we probably will end up moving across to wing. Oh, my ground's online now as well. 121905. That's the other thing we need to look at is the ground situation. Cheers for the sub.
Channel 907 Juliet, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1009, cleared ILS Whiskey on the 35.
7 to 4,000, QNH 1009, and cleared ILS from a 35, Channel 907. QNH 1009, and we are cleared on the ILS, 10,000 feet, landing lights up. So yeah, let's have a look at the ground situation, because I'm not sure. We have not had a company message, I don't think. Sometimes we get the stand information given to us, but not at the moment. So we probably should have a look to see where they expect us to vacate as well. Alpha 1, Alpha 8 and Alpha 9, so pretty much full length really. Yeah, we could probably make it to Alpha 2. I'll go from there. So a bit of Norway coming into view. Let's get the door shut so help with the performance a little bit. Do I change it? Oh, to be fair, it's not showing now anyway. I think it's because we're descending below the flagpole. Yes, I do change it to depending on what the flight plan gives us. How's the wing and throttle flaps? Pre-ordered the throttle 4 months ago, still nothing. Yeah, I ordered it back in September, so same sort of principle, mate, really. It's just a case of waiting, unfortunately. I do think they were starting to, depends where you're based. I think in Europe they've had a lot of issues, but certainly in the UK, I thought most people have got theirs by now. Cheers for the follow and the like. Right then, approach checklist, Sparrow F1009, T-Baton minimum of 374. I probably do need to have this up actually. Sure, that's the approach, isn't it? Auto brake, medium, engine mode selector norm. So we'll arm the speed brakes and we're going to start slowing ourselves down a touch as well. So that's 220 for the moment. Hopefully we should have a bit of a visual. No, not quite visual yet. So we'll just bring a touch of spoilers out. Just trying to slow ourselves down a touch. Hey everyone, how we doing, mate? Hope you're well. Must be early in the morning for you.
Scandinavian 27 Alpha, wind calm, runway 35, jet left.
Please on runway 35, thanks, Scandinavian 27 Alpha.
Speed check class 1. So not visual at the moment. It's on this left side. Let's see what disastrous sort of landing we have as well. Hopefully not too bad. So next restriction really is to a speed of 200, and then so you can slowly start down to less than 10 miles. So the approach is armed AP1 APD Cat 3 dual. Speed check flaps 2. To be fair, this is just default scenery. This is nothing spectacular. There was an update the other day for the scenery here. Not visual with the runway yet, but I think it's just off to the left, on the right side of the water. But Outstar. So it should intercept the localizer any minute now. So in case of a go around for runway 35, the procedure is to climb to a tracker 350 to Ivad and enter holding at 3,000 feet. So pretty much straight ahead to 3,000 feet.
Scandinavian 27 Alpha, contact ground, 121.905,
Logstar.
121.905, many thanks, see you next time at Scandinavian 27 Alpha.
Cabin crew seats for landing, please. Speed back to 180. 11 miles. Visual with the runway. So we'll see what fight we have with the rudders today. So we're on the localizer, and runway is in sight. Applied slip start. So get down. Now 160 till 4. Speed check flaps 3. On flaps 4. Chinese passenger on the ILS, runway 35.
Channel 97 the Juliet, wind calm, runway 35, jet left.
Good luck, 35, Chinese passenger. Just over an hour since we landed. So 2,000 feet landing checklist, please. Go around altitude 3,000 feet. You can remember landing no blue. And minimum approach speed. Manual flight.
Priority left.
London into Bergen. Checked. Continue. Go on down you go. Ground spoilers.
Right on the center line.
Reverse screen, quick, medium, diesel. Manual braking.
Next 7 Juliet, make it first right, contact ground, 121.1 line 050.
First right, turn over to ground over 121.905, channel 7 so. After landing, radar predictive wind shear systems up after landing complete. Ground Channel 97 Juliet, turn on right onto Yankee.
Channel 97 Juliet, welcome to Flesland. Taxi stand 23 via Yankee and Foxtrot.
Stand 23 Yankee and a Foxtrot, Channel 97 Juliet.
If you're travelling with children, please hold their hand. Remember, as the saying goes, mind the gap.
Our friendly customer helpers are all ready and waiting to help you. You can't miss them as they're wearing our famous
yes, that is live weather, buddy.
A big welcoming smile.
Oh, it is live weather, but it's obviously, don't forget I've moved the time of day a little bit further forward. I didn't hear the passengers screaming. Maybe they did, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a bit distracted now. Yankee and Foxtrot, where's... Right, this. Where the hell is Foxtrot? Stand 23. Ah, there. I found it. Yeah, we all have landings that aren't as great as others, don't we? So, because it's a bit hilly, I'm going to leave both engines on, I think. The AP is available though. Yeah, it was a bit of a float of a one to be fair. At least we got down in one piece though. It's weird though because you're flying good on the Pappies, but sometimes I think the Pappies are off a little bit, to be fair. Either that or I rotated too early. That's probably more the issue. The problem is if you don't rotate early, half the time I end up throwing it into something. So this is Delta, and then we have Echo, and then the next one is Foxtrot. And stand 23. So let's get GSX doing its thing. Yeah, that's fine. We just can. We all have dodgy landings, so I'm no major expert. Cheers, Lee, for watching, mate. Take care. We'll see you soon. So this is Echo, and the next one is Foxtrot. Yeah, we don't need the turn off lights, do we? Right, let's slow ourselves down. Still getting used to these pedals as well, which does not help matters. It doesn't affect the landing though. But so Foxtrot's here, and then stand. He said Yankee Foxtrot, but he says stand 23. Well, stand 23 that I can see is further round on Whiskey off mic, but I'm sure we'll work it out. Come on. Exit. Engine master 1 or 2. So we'll have a look at our landing rate in a minute and we'll see what's going on.
Please step inside.
So external paths available, if you can come off. So, parking checklist, parking brake is set. Engine off, wing lights off, fuel pumps off, parking checklist complete. So guys, let's have a quick gander and see what our landing rate was. So 175 was our landing rate, so it wasn't a bad actual landing rate, but it was a bit of a floater. But we got her down, which is the important thing. Yeah, it was a little bit. It was yeah, a little bit further than we should have been. Really. There we go. It's just one of the things, really. But we managed to get ourselves off in a fair amount of time. And there we go. So just waiting for everything else, really. Strobes and everything are off, they're all off. Just waiting for all the rest of it.
Thank you very much.
So guys, thank you very much for joining us on this short old flight over to Bergen. We're going to do the return flight probably tomorrow evening. I don't know what time I finish work. Hopefully get a nice cheeky little flight back to Edinburgh. I certainly enjoy flying over in Norway. The controllers always are really lovely as well. So that also helps with the experience. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hope you had a good evening and enjoyed everything. Anyway guys, take care. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.